I think when these beings are here, wherever they go, if they go into dimensional or not, that would be the seat spot right there. One of them. Boy, that's neat though. There's literally like a trident type tree there back behind and another one. There's a popple tree lodged up in there, a branch. Directly behind this is two broke off ones. One's like a trail marker type one where it has the kink in it. That's a old cement slab, or like to a entry of a house. It's an old homestead here. Dryer. This hangout here, I had one of the first times I was in through this area. It was close to springtime. Actually, it was springtime because the snow was starting to melt, but I was more that way. But when I walked back out to my truck, I come to the road, and right in front of me was one perfectly placed across, right off the road where I parked. And it was a few days later, that was missing when I was driving by to work and back, and I noticed that one that was perfectly across was missing. So we were at my wife's parents' house, and we had supper there, and I asked her if we could run up here quick, and so I could check it out. So we went up here quick, and there was prints. Mine were melted out, and so were these beings that followed my prints out. But there was prints that had followed my steps out of the woods. But where it had stopped, it broke that off, and then I was trying to find where that one perfectly across was, and I found it like 20 yards to the left, structured in a different structure. So one of the loudest wood knocks I had was over here, and it sounded like a baseball bat to a tree. Another time I came and parked off the road here, and there was an old coffee can, like a rock was moved, a big rock, and under that rock was a coffee can crunched up. So I picked that up, and then I had these little things being thrown at me, or something like flying through the woods towards me. So I said I said I'll leave it alone. He didn't want me touching it, or he or she or whatever was doing it. So I put it back. But some of the best foot impressions in the mud, like, was in this hangout back that way. One of the coolest ground glyphs I ever come across was in here. But you can see they're structuring around all these pine trees, right? The little details. It's the fork one into the X coming down, but they'll have seat spots here. And I just walked away from what I thought might be one crouched down over here. It's like I went into a ramble and forgot to even look. Asterisk type one. Over here, it's probably a what they call a witch's broom or a witch's nest, and you'll see that around structuring too a lot. Here's a teepee one. This is right in front of this one. But it's beautiful. Look at this, guys. It's a teepee into a... This is really cool. A trident one right there. I should come to this hangout more because I do get a lot of interaction, a lot of things that will happen. Yeah. So what I thought was something possibly sitting was that it's like a witch's nest. Alright, guys. You know, and I don't know if they're... I think these beings are still here, but I think they're... like, I really do think a lot of these beings can go in and out of another dimension, or, you know, like they walk between two worlds, and I think that is very possible. So it's kind of like, I think they can go in and out of our world into this other one at any time they choose. Do I know for sure? I don't know for sure, but I find wintertime they leave very little new evidence, you know. Look at that. That is beautiful. It's a really neat spot in here. You can see the leaned one in the background right there. So right here looks like a packed down, bowled out spot right off structure, right in the crook of it. So I like to sit in these and then see what lines up with this front structure. Yeah, so if they are here, they usually do something. Not always, but... where it's melted here, you know, it could be deer, but There's packed down spots. And it's, yeah, where these packed down spots are here, it's, you can see structure in here, so. Yeah, and all this, you can see all this structure. This is where the wood knock came from, was back in here. You know, and I say wood knock, I don't know if it's a wood knock, you know, or if it's a sound they do with their mouth or chest, or I think they might wood knock, but I think they do it with their mouth or their body. Wow, that's a pretty one. That is a really neat structure. Yeah, this is definitely like a seat spot area through here. Look at this one. See how they brought the top ones into a teepee type one? Where the sun is, you can see it's a trident. I wonder if this one's gonna, sometimes these bends will outline trees purposely. I don't know if that'll be the case with this one or not. See, like the seat spot I'm in now. So they'll line up structures, probably in multiple ways. Sometimes it's really clear how they're lining them up. Sometimes it's a little harder to figure out. This is or was drastically used. Big bowled out round seat spot here. Top of a pine tree. See how the next two they brought together into the same point? Comes out the X. The one comes right to the next point of the next two. We're up by it. Here's a big foot impression right here. You can see the heel where it's bowled out. The whole footprint. Foot impressions right here. Wow, I didn't even see that big pine tree. Holy moly. And it looks like one steps here a lot. It's all filled in with snow right now. Possibly. Seat spot. It's all around bowled out. You can see the sticks kind of outlining it here. Look at the stick coming off right from that structure part down. Right to the seat spot. And then where it goes, you can see it comes to the next point. These are the type of things they'll do. See the one leaned up? This one even matches the coloration, but I think it's meant to be right on that, like that right there. See the teepee type one here that all lines up now? I'm like pretty much under this big X, and it's like leaned over X.